To today's satsang, we'll start with a choir, so I'll invite all the choir group to come and join here. To start this satsang with a prayer, we can all stand for the prayer. Closing our eyes, gaze at the point between the eyebrows. Let's pray together. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Friend Beloved God, Great Gurus of Self-Realization, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Beloved Gurudev, Paramhans Yogananda Ji, Saints of all religions, dear friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda, humbly we bow to you all. O great ones, we invite your presence through your vibrations, through your blessings, to this satsang. Help us to tune ourselves to your ever-present grace. Help us to listen to your music. Through our hearts. We open our hearts. Our lives. Bless us. Receive us. Show us the path. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We'll start with a chanting and brief meditation and then take the satsang along.
Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Sitting up straight, let's tense the whole body with double inhalation. Hold the vibration maximum and relax with double exhalation. Do this 2 more times. Hold, vibrate, and exhale and relax. One last time. Keeping your spine erect, chin tucked in, shoulders pulled back, gaze uplifted at the point between the eyebrows. Tune in into the words of this chant, opening our hearts. You fill my heart with music. I dance through life with thee. I sing your song, and sorrow's gone. In joy, I live ever free. Affirming this, opening our hearts, bringing the heart's energy up to the point between the eyebrows, in devotion, in surrender. Inviting God and Guru to come in and take charge of our lives. Let's meditate next few moments. It's a short meditation. Let's dive deep within.
with calmness in our heart, gazing at the point between the eyebrows. We'll plant the seeds of this affirmation of good health in the superconscious. First, we'll listen and tune into the words on good health by Swami Kriyanandaji from the book Affirmations for Self-Healing. Good health is more than the state of not being ill. It is a radiant state of inner well-being. Physical illness may be cured by medicines. No medicine, however, can induce the state of boundless energy which comes when every cell in the body cooperates with the mind willingly, joyfully, in all that it seeks to do. Such radiant well-being comes after the mind has been cleared of every shadow of unwillingness, of fear, and of doubt. When one has learned to say yes to life, and when one has learned to love. We'll do this affirmation together, first speaking out loud to our conscious mind, then in a normal voice going deeper, then to the subconscious, whispering, and eventually planting the seed in the superconscious for it to grow with our daily meditation mentally. Please repeat after me. My body cells obey my will. They dance with divine vitality. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. My body cells obey my will. They dance with divine vitality. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. My body cells obey my will. They dance with divine vitality. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. Body cells obey my will. They dance with divine vitality. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. Mentally now, gazing at the point between the eyebrows. My body cells obey my will. They dance with divine vitality. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. Let's follow this prayer mentally. O mighty source of all that is right and good, help me to see my strength as an expression of thy infinite power. Let me banish the darkness of disease. It is forever foreign to thy light. We'll now have readings, first from the autobiography of a yogi and then from Whispers from Eternity.
Good morning. A reading from the autobiography of a yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda from the chapter The Cauliflower Robbery. The human mind, free from the static of restlessness, can perform through its antenna of intuition all the functions of a complicated radio mechanism, sending and receiving thoughts and tuning out undesirable ones. As the power of a radio depends on the amount of electrical current it can utilize, so the human radio is energized according to the power of will possessed by each individual. All thoughts vibrate eternally in the cosmos. By deep concentration, a master is able to detect the thoughts of any mind, living or dead. Thoughts are universally and not individually rooted. A truth cannot be created but only perceived. The erroneous thoughts of man result from imperfection in his discernment. The goal of yoga science is to calm the mind that without distortion it may mirror the divine vision in the universe. Thank you. Om Guru, a reading from Whispers from Eternity by Paramahansa Yogananda ji. Listen to my soul song. Come, listen to my soul song. The darkness burst, and thy descending shafts of light pierced the clouds of gloom to listen to my soul song. Behind the screen of my eyes, though hidden thou art, thou dost linger unseen to listen to my soul song. Burst the veils, burst the blue, burst all lights, and come to me as thou art to listen to my soul song. Burst my senses and my mind, burst my heart and feeling, burst my silence and my soul to listen to my soul song. Burst the heart, burst the sky, burst the soul, and come, listen to my soul song. Come, listen to my soul song. In the breeze, I feel thy touch. In the sun, thy warm love. In colorful scenery, I see thy beauty face. In the waves, I see thee dancing, leaping ever lightly. Thou dost pirouette o'er my thoughts and listen ever to my soul song. Listen to my soul song, break the heart, break the sky, break the soul. Come, listen to my soul song, hovering o'er clouds, lingering o'er the lyre. Thou hast come to hear my soul song. Beneath the dim gloom of my devotion, hidden thou dost remain to listen to my soul song. Om Guru.
Thank you, Ranjana. Thank you, Shireen, for the wonderful reading. Thank you for the choir group to start the satsang with a choir, and perhaps to everyone for being here and also joining in the kirtan. And the topic of the satsang today is the divine orchestra, and it's befitting that we started with a choir. There is a series called as Secret of Super Agers. You know, these scientists keep figuring out things and then they make these documentaries and so on. So one of those series is called Secret of Super Agers. So in that one specific, they try to figure out the people who are in different parts of the world are living longer beyond 100 years and so on, and what's their lifestyle and so on. So one of them was that they said that singing significantly helps lengthen your lifespan. But specifically, they said that singing with others. So when you are singing in a choir with others and so on, that seems to have a significantly better or more deeper impact on our lives in terms of improving our health as compared to singing alone. And it is interesting that many things happen when we sing together or when we play instruments together in a kirtan or when there are the orchestras that play many instruments together, and there's the conductor who guides them and so on. So while we listen as audience, the players who are playing or singing them, they go through a different set of dynamics when they are performing. One of those dynamics is obviously related to the fact that we have to listen to what the others are also singing. Since it's not a solo performance, it doesn't matter how well I'm singing. And before the satsang today also we were practicing, and Jayanti was saying that while you are singing, listen to the person who's next to you. You should be listening to that person. So when we start to listen, then we realize that it is not just me, there's something else beyond me as well. And we try to harmonize ourselves with those who are around us. If I am a very good singer, which I'm actually not, but if I were a very good singer, it doesn't matter if I sing really, really well. As long as if I'm not in harmony with others, it doesn't produce that harmony, and people don't feel so good and happy about it. So it's really important when we sing together to be in harmony. And to be in harmony, we have to tune in and listen into what others are singing and then kind of blend in. When there are large orchestras, and we'll come to the divine orchestra, which is the topic of this talk, but things which our senses are able to perceive are easy to discuss and inspire us. So when we listen to large orchestras, or when we participate or people participate in large orchestras, there are many musical instruments there. Each one have their own different ways of playing. Some are rhythm instruments, some are giving a tone, some are people are singing and so on. Some are singing in different scales, those alto and whatever these things are called. But eventually everything comes in harmony. Not just because what they are doing, but also because of the fact that they know what they are doing is in line with others. Now, if we get into Indian classical music, very interesting things happen there. And if people are interested in classical music, the reason why they enjoy it so much is that musicians would play the same raga a few times repetitively, and then slowly start to change a bit here and there. And those variations are the ones that people and all of us really enjoy, even though it's not that we count and measure and so on, but we start to feel those variations because we know what's the standard way, and then suddenly you see, here's a deviation, and we start to enjoy those things. Now, as musicians, what they are doing is, one of those musicians changes something, the other one listens to it and follows it, and we still feel that harmony. Jayanti did this interesting experiment while doing the chant today. She changed the rhythm a bit. She went with some rhythm, then she slowly increased the rhythm, and she slowly decreased the rhythm. All of us, since thankfully we were in tune, we also followed that rhythm, and everything was in harmony. Imagine if all of us with closed ears, and if she was doing her rhythm, we were doing our rhythm, it would have created a dissonance. So the more we practice these instruments together, the more we realize how to play these kind of dynamics and how to move with each other. The other thing Jayanti did was that she slowly changed the rhythm. She didn't just go suddenly to a completely different rhythm, because it would have been harder for us to catch to that. So that's what she was kind of guiding us slowly. Then eventually we all reached a particular rhythm, and then she continued for some time. Otherwise, it's hard. It would have created disharmony. And these things are easy to understand, these things are easy to appreciate and feel, because they come from the normal senses. The sense of sound is what this thing comes from. But when we go beyond these senses, there are vibrations. There are vibrations that are being emitted throughout. In the autobiography of a yogi, there is a specific footnote wherein Yogananda ji mentions that even if a person is dead, the light from those dead and or living bodies continues to emit for more than tens of thousands of years. So they are emitting these vibrations And if we can go beyond our limited senses, we can actually feel those vibrations. Now, if those vibrations are being emitted similar to the way that we were listening to all these different instruments, then what if we start to listen to those vibrations? Usually our life goes in some particular manner and we think of gross material reality and things and so on. But if we are able to listen to what these vibrations are, and some of those vibrations happen to be flowing through our body, and if we start to suddenly change something, the vibrations are going in one direction, but we are going in some other direction, it creates dissonance. It creates disease. It creates sorrow, it creates darkness, and so on and so forth. Those are the reflections that we can feel in our limited senses. But from the point of view of music, it's just a disharmonized instrument. We human beings, each one of us, are an instrument producing that music. Instead of a tabla and a harmony that we can see, each one of us are generating those vibrations. And there is this larger vibration that is going along, which is actually that divine orchestra. Now, if we start to play our own music where the orchestra is playing something else, it creates disharmony. Now, if there is a conductor who is doing that orchestra conduction, and if he sees that this particular music instrument player is going completely out of tune, what would he do? He'll continue to give the orders to everyone who's following, and in between, whenever he gets a chance, he'll stare at the person who's not following the right tune. That stare in our lives comes in the form of some kind of a pain, which is perhaps a test, which is perhaps a knock on your door, was get in tune and play your instrument correctly. But what if we are focused only on playing our own instrument? Then we don't listen to that conductor. And then we start to blame the conductor, my life is hell. Do something about it. And we think everything else is bad because we are playing our own instrument. The vibrations that we are generating are not in tune with what the orchestra wants to happen. Swamiji actually often says that whenever don't see that what am I supposed to do and what is is my role and so on. Just try to see what is trying to happen, which means we expand our perspective and trying to listen to the larger orchestra. If we listen and if we know how to play our instrument, we will be able to tune our instrument to that sound which is expected of this particular instrument. That is why perhaps Master also says that I will action, I will reason, I will act, but guide thou my will, reason, and activity with to the right path. Which is exactly the same that I will play this instrument, but you tell me what tune do you want me to play. At times, it can also lead us to significant benefits. And this is perhaps if, let's say, something wrong is going to our life, happening in our lives, we need to feel, and if we can feel and realize those vibrations, if we have those tools that we can listen to those things, we have the tools which is an ear through which we can listen to music. If we can develop those tools through which we can listen to those vibrations, then if we know how to play that instrument, which means change our habits, if this is my habit, but that's the orchestra, if I know how to change my habits, then I get in tune. And that is how good health comes in, that is how radiance comes in, that is how light comes in. And the affirmation that we did, if everything is happening in resonance, if I'm playing an instrument in resonance, it generates more power to my own instrument as well. I get connected to that higher power and I start to perform in a much more stronger, powerful, energetic manner because now I'm not fighting against the forces. I'm actually with those forces. I'm flowing with the river in the direction where it wants to flow rather than me changing. The other thing is that we can actually change things. We are not passive beings, we are not plants. If we see that the orchestra is not playing correctly, if we are powerful willing instruments, then we can change the orchestra. The way Jayanti changed the rhythm. But how did she change the orchestra? How did she change the rhythm? First, by bringing everyone to it, and then slowly starting to guide. And then the more powerful our instrument is, other instruments start to join. So we have to bring any change in our situation, at our work, at our family, at our home. Perhaps this is what we should do. Try and start playing our instrument slightly off. Everyone is playing the instrument in a completely incorrect manner. We join them. Slowly we start to guide them. And then others join, and then we slowly guide them even further, and others join, and so on. This is how the whole universe changes. This is how seasons change from summer to winter and so on. It doesn't happen drastically usually. We perceive some things happen drastically as well. As an example, we say that there is a volcano happening which is sudden, there's an earthquake happening that is sudden. But if we go beyond, are those things sudden? Not really, because across many decades and centuries, those plates have been moving under, and then eventually there's that tectonic shift, and then eventually two plates collide, and that's when something happens. So the earth has been doing things slowly and then guiding stuff, and then we see suddenly some stuff happen. Similarly, if we want to guide and change things, we can start to first of all perceive what is happening in the universe, become a part of that, join that, and slowly start to guide it and change things. The more we become an instrument that is able to listen to this larger divine orchestra, the instrument becomes pure, and that's what our teachings say, our masters say, that that channel is blessed if the masters are flowing through it, right? So to add more to this perspective and to join the orchestra, Jayanti will give us her thoughts.
Thank you, Nitendra. That was very insightful. So when we're talking about orchestra, when we listen to a large group of people and with different instruments that he was mentioning, singing and playing together, and if it was very good, the performance was very good, it seems very effortless, right? And we say, wow, that was so beautiful. It was so effortless, beautiful, wonderful. But for the orchestra to sound effortless, each individual, each artist, each performer, each instrumentalist had to put in a lot of effort. Not days, perhaps months, individually on their own and as a group practice for that whole thing to look effortless. When I was a kid, my parents put me for Carnatic music lessons with a teacher who lived close by. We were a matter of little ones when we went to her. So what she would do is she will sing one note. Suppose it's Sir. She will hold it. She will sing and hold and ask us to match. Until we get it right, she will keep repeating the same thing, till all of us got where she was going. And then she would go to the next one, then the next, and so on. Once we get each of those notes properly, then she would blend them together and try to teach us that. And then the talam comes, the rhythm, then the ragams. And when she thinks that we are good enough, then she will start introducing more complicated kritis where they're quite complicated. But every time the technique was same. She will sing it and we repeat. And if we are not in tune to what she wants us to sing it, she will repeat. She will keep doing the same thing till we correct ourselves. And here, important point here is, as Nitendra kept saying, listening. That was the main thing that was needed. We had to listen. When she is singing a particular note or a verse, we had to listen. Now here it's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a physiological thing. Our eardrums, we have somebody saying something, the birds are chirping, there's a sound. Whether I am tuning into it or not, I might be talking to somebody, but it's falling on my ears and I hear. It's very passive. I don't have to do anything about it. Listening is dynamic. Listening involves our participation. It involves paying attention. It involves patience. It involves being receptive with an open heart. When I say receptive with an open heart, it means not just hearing what we want to hear, not just concentrating on the words, but going beyond that, trying to understand what is this person actually meaning. And not just, मुझे जो सुनना है बस वही ठीक, because I wanted this answer. Like, I will give an example of Swami Kriyananda. Many people would come to him for counseling and, what to do. Some people will have some idea that I'll start this business or that, and they'll come to him, what do you think about it? And many times, Deviji was telling this story. Many times, he will tell Jyotish and Devi to be there in the room when he's counseling people. And they'll come and ask him, and he will say, no, I don't think that seems a good idea, or you are, really in tune with that, or whatever. And then but they don't want to hear that. So they keep insisting, and then they'll say, but you support me. And Swamiji will say, I always support you. Then after that, they will leave, and Jyotish and Devi would drop them outside, and they'll say, did you hear? He supported. He said he supports me. Deviji would not say anything, but when she was telling us, she said that was not what Swamiji meant. Swamiji always supports us. They support us in our spiritual evolution. And what he was trying to tell them is, I support you. But he was always telling that, no, I don't think this is a good idea. They didn't listen to that. Selective hearing. That is not listening, right? And also, when I say that we need to concentrate, like when my teacher would be teaching, more complicated ragas, or even when we were new and we were being taught the basics, what we had to do was, for listening, we had to pause. If she is singing and I know that, okay, this one starts with sa, then comes ga, ma, ni, I know. So I'll start singing along. I wouldn't know what she's doing, and she wouldn't be able to correct because she's also singing at the time. So somebody has to pause. So if I don't pause, I will not pick up. She might be singing this song where she's loud at certain times, like how we just did, right? The way we're fast, and then we slowed down, then we were very soft, right? I wouldn't pick up those nuances. We wouldn't be able to pick up those nuances unless we hear, we listen, we pause, have patience. We pause and listen, right? Another story from Autobiography of a Yogi. We are all, reading autobiography every day these days, still leading up to Master's birthday. So there's this story. This is a sweet story of Master who's still, Mukunda is not his young boy, who's right now studying in Serampur College, and he has his a boy who's also living in his PG, and name is DJ. So he also joins Master often to come to their guru's place, Swami Sri Yukteswar. One day, Swami Sri Yukteswar was to go to Kolkata on some errand, and he tells him, I'll be back at 10 o'clock. I mean, not tell that he told the younger boy there to tell them that next day he will come at 9 o'clock train, and ask them, these two guys, to come there. So next day, both are getting ready. Dijen said, oh, Master has said to come and meet him at 9 o'clock train. And suddenly Master felt that he's not going to come on that. He kind of intuitively, it came to him that Master was not going to be there on that train. So he says, no, Master is not coming on that. I felt that Swamiji is saying that. Bijan says, no, I don't believe that. I will only go by what he has said. So I'm going. You want to come along or come, otherwise I'm going. And he goes. And master says, am I wrong? I mean, did I, get this wrong? So he's just sitting and thinking, what should I do? Should I also go or not? At that time, it's a beautiful story of how he saw that sunlight and then suddenly there was this bright light, brilliant light, and he saw Sri Yukteswar materialize there. And he bent down to touch his feet. He felt it. He felt the shoe, the canvas shoes, and his toes underneath that. The Sri Yukteswar's clothes brushing his body, and he felt the texture. So it was an actual form. It wasn't his hallucination. And Sri Yukteswar says, "No, I am really there. God told me to give you this experience." And he says, "Good, you heard me." And he says, I got, there was some more event kind of finish. So I'll be on the 10 o'clock flight. Meet me there. I will be coming, and there will be a little boy in front of me carrying a silver pot. By the time Dijen comes back, he says, "Oh, yeah, you were right. He wasn't there. I even waited and checked the 9:30 flight. He wasn't there." He says, "Now he will be there at 10 o'clock flight. Come with me. This is what you're saying. I don't believe." He says, "Come." And they went, waited, and Sri Yukteswar came, and same scene that he had mentioned. The little boy with a silver pot was walking in front of him. And then what does Sri Yukteswar say to Dijen? He says, "I sent you also a message." Dijen looks at Mukunda. He says, "You didn't tell me." Mukunda said, "He didn't send a message. He didn't send a telegram. He had to, I received it." How do you receive? You tune in. How? When you pause, when your mind is calm. Restless mind is never going to receive it. For mind to be calm, what do we need to do? Meditate. Go into silence often. When we do that, masters are always sending. He sent to Dijen also. He sent to Mukunda also. Mukunda received. We need to receive. It's very important. Nitendra also mentioned that, the everything, in this world, God has, in Autobiography of Yogi, it's mentioned that the truth, it's not like it's suddenly we will come to see all those things. It's the Auto Master says that the truth is planted in front of us everywhere. It's all around us, staring at us. We don't notice. Why we don't notice? Because we are not interested enough. We are not curious enough. Or we are too busy being distracted. When I say we are not curious enough, it's like how Newton discovered law of gravity. An apple fell on his head and he got curious. It's not like apple never fell before that on somebody's head or not. But nobody was curious enough. Why is it falling? Nobody thought about it. Now that's a different thing. The other day I saw a meme which it said, for physics students who are like tired of all those heavy books. So the meme says, apple fell on Newton's head, and the physics textbooks are this thick. Had a coconut fallen on his head, it would have been this thick. That's a different thing. But then, yeah. So he was curious enough to think, what is happening here? Why did it fall down? Why didn't it just, fly off? Right? That curiosity. When you see a little baby, they're curious about everything around us, everything in awe of everything. And then slowly we lose it. Then we are not so in awe of this God's creation. I mean, this beautiful creation. There's miracle. It's miraculous how everything functions. So Swamiji once he wrote in a book, said that, there was this farmer who used to often go on his boat and used to take his pet dog along, and he would shoot a duck and bring it and cook and eat. So once he was sitting and he shot the duck, his dog jumped out of the boat and it walked on the surface of the water, grabbed that duck, brought it back. This man was also having a beer on the side, and he thought probably, chad diye. So he's not very sure. Next day again he does. Again he notices this fellow walks, picks up he thinks better, I'm probably losing my head. Something is not right. मेरे को कुछ गलत दिख रहा है, I'm hallucinating or what. 3-4 days it happens, then finally he takes his friend along. He says, maybe I'm something wrong with me, let him see. That man is sitting in the boat. Again, this fellow shoots, the dog jumps, walks across the surface, brings it. He says, did you? So that man is least interested. The damn thing doesn't know how to swim. That is how we are living in this world. Not curious, not wondering, oh my God, this is miraculous, huh? Familiarity. Right? We use the phone. Do we even realize how sitting here and talking to somebody in realize? I mean, what miraculous thing is that? But yeah, they all become. I mean, even anybody on the street these days is carrying a smartphone. I mean, and not even getting curious. It's okay. We're familiar. But 1,200 years back, if we had told somebody that sitting here, I can talk to somebody to there, they will say, you're gone mad. That's not possible. That is a miracle. My goodness, can you really do that? And that is how when we read autobiography of a yogi and we see all those miracles, we think it's miracle. It's not miracle. They know how to work with the law. They follow the law. Masters are not breaking any law. These are natural law which they understand and they work with it, right? Nitendra also said that the divine orchestra is God's harmony, right? It works in God's harmony. What is the essence of this God's harmony? Its essence is the divine love, God's love, unconditional love, joy, bliss. We have to tune the instrument of our life to that orchestra of God's harmony, and then only we are in harmony with that. There is also another vibration that is existing in this creation. It's the vibration of disharmony, dissonance. And what is the essence of that? It's, I will play my own tune. I know what I'm playing. Nobody needs to tell me. मुझे पता है. Right? And that essence is again hatred, ego, I, me, myself, jealousy, anger, right? So a piano, the keys of a piano, if it, some other instrument is playing nearby, they start vibrating sympathetically to the vibration of that instrument. All things in this creation, everything, you and me, are vibrating. I mean, we are not independent of others. We are all vibrating and tuning into various other vibrations. These vibrations are beyond the level, the range of a human hearing. They are very subtle. They can also be the vibration of thoughts and feelings, which we can pick up on a very subtle level, right? And we are not inert pianos. We are consciousness, we are energy, we are vibrations ourselves. So, what vibration we are picking up from this universe also depends on what vibrations we are vibrating on. Right? We will only pick up those depending on my consciousness, where I am vibrating on, what is my energy. This is a very important point. Swamiji once said that he was writing a choir piece for angelic choir. And he said, this, I was not writing for the angels in the heaven, but for people to sing as if they are angels. Now, angelic choir is what we want to live our lives as. We want to live our life as a mystical experience, or that reality that who we really are, our energy rising towards that reality of who we really are, which is children of God. We are a manifestation of God's creation. The more we live in tune with this reality, the more fulfillment we will find in our lives. And the more we are in dissonance with this reality, we suffer. And like how my teacher would keep repeating the same line till we got it right, life, through the law of karma, will keep sending the lesson again and again. Sometimes we feel same patterns are repeating. When that happens, know that we are out of tune and life is still trying to tell us, get back. This is where you have to operate. So it's very important for all of us to choose our vibration right, to be aware where I'm vibrating, and to choose our orchestra group right, which orchestra we all want to be with. The orchestra which is divine, where all these ones are participants, or where I sing my own tune. Thank you. Thanks for joining. We'll have Aarti and then the healing prayer.
stand for the healing prayer now.
Just taking in the love of our Gurus in our hearts. Feel that light and love flowing through you. As we offer our prayer together, Divine Mother, Thou art omnipresent, Thou art in all Thy children, manifest Thy healing presence in all bodies, in all minds, in all hearts. Om Shanti Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining. Let's go to Diya room for our prasad. We'll have classes in this room.
Everybody's leading.